we must remember as God's people where we have come from. God made us. He chose us. Listen, the world is so pressing in to shape you into its image, and the world is always telling stories. The world doesn't come usually with, here's a tract of propositions, and I want you to reject Christian ones, and I want you to believe these propositions. No, that would be too obvious. The world tells us stories, and the world is telling you a story of where you are from, how you got here, and where you are going. And so many of those stories in the world are lies. And actually, it's worse than that. If they were lies, it would be obvious. They're often half-truths, which are the worst kinds of lies. And so you must be absolutely clear that you were made through Christ, you were chosen in Christ, you were saved by Christ, you will live for eternity with Christ, you belong to Christ, you believe in Christ, you obey in everything Christ. That's our story. And it explains how we got here. And it explains where we are going. So as you think about our national story, you think about your own personal family story, don't miss the far more important spiritual story of how you got here. Because in those moments where things are going so well, you're meant to remember, okay, I can't pat myself on the back. If I'm moving from strength to strength in God's story, it's because God made me and God chose me. And then in those moments, in the darkest, deepest well, say, I don't see how this is going to end, but God made me. God chose me. It gives humility in the moments of prosperity, and it gives hope in the moments of adversity to remember who you are and where you're from and where you're going.